GangRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode.
Yeah, y'all ready to preview?
Yeah, to preview the PBC card that's next week, and this one on paper, and it's not, unfortunately, it's not being talked about as much.
Hold on, does Eddie Hearn have anything to do with it? We not gonna get a shitty matchroom card in the USA.
Foolish. Oh man, no, but I mean, we definitely got entertaining triple header. Main evented by Luis Nery. He's gonna be defending his WBC super bantamweight title against
the good Figueroa.
Yes, against the good, or at least the prime Figueroa, Brandon Figueroa.
Yo, y'all niggas ain't shit. The way y'all prefaced that.
Oh, trust me, I got some heat for the Figueroas, but before we get into that one, we have we have a pretty decent undercard. In the opener we have Xavier Martinez, who last time we saw him fight, he almost got upset by Claudio Marrero back in October. I think he was on the Clayton what am I forgetting? Lipinet's card. There we go.
Lipinets,
yeah. So
he got his Mayweather and Mulligan.
Yeah, yeah, he got his stimulus package on that one because he should have lost that fight. But he's gonna be facing someone who is very experienced in Juan Carlos Burgos. Now Burgos is funny because Burgos has been around for a hot minute. Like, he's one of those guys you don't realize he's been around for. I mean, dude has, he's lost to Mikey Garcia, he's lost to Roman Martinez. He's lost to Devin Haney, he's lost to Hector Tanahara. Like, he's been around for a hot minute.
Damn, that's a who's who.
Yeah, it's like ain't too many fighters that say they actually fought a prime Mikey Garcia and a Roman Martinez that are still fighting.
Hey, hold on, is Roman Martinez even still fighting?
I mean, last time I saw him, he got beat down by Gamboa because they were trying to build him up as for something, But as we all know, Roman Martinez is, he's shot to pieces, big time. So the fact that an opponent of his and Mikey Garcia for 130 is actually still around is actually pretty amazing. But he hasn't been knocked out, none of that shit. So he's actually he'll be a good test for Xavier Martinez. Burgos is 34-4-2 with 21 knockouts. So, that should be a pretty damn good opener. And then the second fight is former unified super bantamweight champion Danny Roman, and he will be facing Ricardo Espinoza. Now, Ricardo is not as well known as most others, as more Mexican fighters, but he's a puncher. I mean, he's 25-3 with 21 knockouts. And I think his biggest fight was he lost by knockout in the 12th round to Casimero in a fight that was like tied on all cards. So like, he's very capable of giving Danny Roman a good fight. And Danny Roman, honestly, after his fight on the Charlo doubleheader, he needs to body somebody because I need
that old spark back.
Yeah, because I wasn't happy with with his last performance. I really wasn't.
About
like he had no desire, like no urgency. The snap on his punches weren't there. Like, he was going through the motions. Was that the fight we thought he lost?
Yeah.
That was against Payano. That was a good fight. Actually,
that was a good fight.
Yeah, I thought he lost that shit.
Oh yeah, I thought you lost it too.
That was in the Charlo doubleheader.
Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And this is a guy that for the most part had been given, like, he was giving Matchroom some of their best fights, and then he laid an unexpected dud,
Damn, so hold on, PBC got the used up version of him.
I'm hoping that's not the case because you never know, because hard. I mean, although he's Mexican too, like unknown hard punching Mexican fighters, man. They pop up. They be out there, man. Especially anyone who's 25-3 with 21 knockouts. You got to be careful of how you maneuver with them. And honestly, and I know PBC needs to get an ROI on dude. So yeah, so if you want to put them in especially because 122 is like hot right now, and they got 120, they got some 122 champions. They got some fighters there that they can do some shit with. So
they got a good stable at 122.
What's that?
They got a good stable. PBC got a good stable at 122.
They do. They absolutely do. So definitely. I mean, those two fights, man. Those are, those would be solid TV fights. On paper, those potentials to be actual fades, like big fades. They could be. And then you cross your fingers that's the case. And then of course we have the main event with Luis Nery and Brandon Figueroa. Now, when this shit was announced, this was like one of the first fights that was really announced like that. Like we all agree, like this is a fight of the year on paper. Like honestly, if this fight disappoints, I'd be incredibly disappointed. And truthfully, I mean, both of them are coming off, pretty damn good performances on the Charlo doubleheader. Well, actually, no, excuse me, only one of them. Brandon Figueroa and Vasquez was probably you could say at best was probably the second best fight of the night on that card. Him and Damian Vasquez, like those cats went to war on there. With Figueroa winning by KO because he brutalized Vasquez in the end. And then, Nery, and this was a fight I thought Nery would actually win easily, but I actually thought he got a gift in this one. He didn't look good. He got outboxed in this shit. But for some reason, he got the stimulus on that one. They gave him the fight in the title. So, and then, but not to say, Nery can't punch. Nery can punch. Like, Nery is... Now at bantamweight,
he's just a cheater. That's all.
Yeah, he's a cheater. But
yeah.
At bantamweight, he was a problem. He doesn't look like a problem in a little bit. You know what I mean? Especially as
he's not that same guy at that lower weight, but he's still very good.
Yeah, and he's also someone that you cannot allow to hit you like that. Which brings us to Brandon Figueroa. Now, Brandon Figueroa, the Figueroas, like him and his older brother Omar. All the same. Well, at least they were the same at one time. Chins, work rates, and power. All three, they had them like in spades. Omar,
now only one has them.
Yeah.
And both got defensive deficiencies.
Oh yeah, especially Brandon. Brandon is too. The first thing is too is like they're trying to market this guy as like a sex symbol for for the ladies and shit like that.
Oh my god! Like we need
Heartbreak Kid and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, they're trying to make it like he's out there Mexican Shawn Michaels or some shit like that. Like even his box rec picture, you see him like these niggas out here. He don't look tough. He's out here trying to think he's trying to get a modeling contract and shit. But that dude is a fighter. Like that dude is a scrapper. And let's say he's 21-0 with one draw. The one draw was probably the fight he should have actually lost, and that was on the Wilder Ortiz 2 card where him and Julio Ceja, we mentioned before, they went to war.
He lost that. I don't want to hear that. He lost that.
And the worst thing, Ceja was putting his foot in his ass. Like he was hitting him with all types of shit. Like it's a miracle that he did not get ruined by that. He probably because Ceja was hitting him so much in the fight though. But you thought he would have learned this lesson. The Vasquez fight proved he didn't learn a goddamn thing from that fight. Not one bit. So yeah, it's good. So it's gonna be interesting to see if who's gonna box first, or they're just gonna start trading. They're gonna start throwing hands. So LB, man, I'll let you go first, man. Who do you think will probably win this fight?
I want to say Figueroa.
Figueroa. Any particular reason?
Younger, fresher. I think bigger, stronger. I think just better momentum going in. Nery is looking kind of stale to me. It's another product of the Reynoso stimulus that kind of failed.
yeah.
And no one don't talk about it though.
Yeah. Didn't that only last for like one fight and that was it for the whole Reynoso shit? Yeah, cause I don't think he's. I thought
he was there for like 2 fights.
I I thought it was gonna be there for the title fight. Either way, he's gone. Like he's gone. That shit. Like after that fight, because like I said, we just said before, like we thought he lost that his last fight. That shit was like done. So yeah, Nery, like I said, Nery needs to upset a prospect. It will that will be huge for him because that puts him squarely in the mix for what PBC is trying to do with 122 in their unofficial tournament going on. Pilot, what about you?
Initially, I thought Nery would probably win, but a little more thinking, I'm thinking Figueroa will probably just outwork him and get a dub that way. His defense is a little leaky, but I just think I don't know if Nery's going to catch him with something sharp enough or to stop him. I just think Figgy's work rate's just wild.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, his work rate is so wild, but his defense, like he's just like his brother too. Is like, I mean, Nery will tag him. Like I just that's the one thing I just can't not see. Nery will tag him.
Brandon's defense is better than Omar's, though. Yeah, I give him that.
But he still gets hit a little too much for my liking.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I mean, it's intriguing because you said a little mini, tournament with the winner facing Fulton. So
yeah.
I mean, I think Figure will win a close, entertaining fight. Yeah.
Interesting. P, what about you?
Well, I see everybody's going with Figgy Smalls.
Because Nery hasn't been looking nearly as good as he's supposed to.
The notorious FIG. Well, I'm actually going with Nery. I think it's funny because I've been saying I feel like Nery's overdue for one. I feel like we haven't seen that Nery in a while, and I just have this feeling that this is going to be the fight. I just feel like
picking niggas who fucking who are due for a good performance. I'm tired of that shit. I'm just not a believer in Figgy, and I just that defense is so leaky. If they're getting into a war, if it's a war, I'm favoring Nery. I just can't. Figgy's just gonna get hit a lot, and I think Nery defense ain't even that great either.
Nery's defense isn't great, but it's better than Fig's. Way better than Fig's.
I don't know about way better.
No, Fig's defense.
Both of them get outboxed the fuck.
Fig's defense is really bad. And it's not as bad.
It's just not Omar Figueroa bad.
It's not as bad, but anybody. Our defense is better than Omar Figueroa's. That's not saying much.
I think he uses his offense and his defense at times because he just comes forward a lot. It seems like.
Yeah.
I think it's more so that, like what Pilot said, like his defense is his offense.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I can see it either way because Figgy is bigger and fresher, but I just feel like this is a Nery fight. I just feel like Nery's gonna fucking come awake and finally put his foot in his ass.
Yeah,
Shit.
Yeah, and honestly, Pete, I'm with you.
Around.
Honestly, Pete, I'm with you too on that one. Like, I do think Nery is due for this one. I mean, let's say, hopefully, maybe it's just a trainer thing for the Alameda fight, and then maybe his mind will be right for this fight. But yeah,
he wasn't looking that good in the Payano fight either.
Plus, he's with it. Plus, like he's with his original longtime trainer now. So,
why did he leave?
I have no idea, but it was obvious that Reynoso wasn't working. It wasn't a fit. But now he's with a familiar guy that would have him at his best. That's got to be a plus. Like I can't see how that's not a positive.
Right.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I feel like this one of those could go either way fights. If somebody's a favorite, there's a slight favorite. Like I haven't looked at the odds actually, so I can't.
I'm also just gonna be honest. I just have a hard time trusting a Figueroa.
And that's real talk. That's keeping it real, yeah.
And I can understand that because that one fight with Israel Vasquez's nephew. He was low-key putting his foot in there on Figgy ass then.
He was early on.
Yeah, I mean, let's say that shit was a brawl too, but Vasquez just didn't have like the stamina or anything to keep up with.
He just got worn down. Like I give Figueroa his credit for taking them fades and delivering 3 times the fades back.
Facts. Yeah.
Like, because Israel comes, like, that was his name, right? Like,
It was Damien. No, Damien Vasquez was his name.
Damian Vasquez. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like he was doing, like, it's not like he was making a whole litany of fucking mistakes and shit. Like, he would get back into the ropes a few times, but shit, he was doing a better job countering dude than Saunders was Canelo. So sometimes I don't mind if a guy gets to the ropes if he can do some work off of it, but at the same time, like, if you stay there too long, even if you countering on some prime James Toney level, you know, you can make the fight closer than what it is. And there's a reason why Gerald Toney was damn life or death.
Yeah.
Because it had that impression, even though Toney giving the better work. Same thing with Chavez Taylor. Like, Taylor is winning, but Chavez is putting in some work too. So
yeah, it broke him down. Yeah,
break it down. Like, sometimes you don't see it like that.
You know, so yeah, I mean, this one, like, so honestly, definitely, Nery Figueroa should be. I mean, it has everything to be a huge. You know, it should be a
no, actual predictions though. Like, y'all just saying who won, like how. Like,
yeah. So yeah, for me, I'm thinking that Nery will win a decision over Figueroa. Like, he'll win a unanimous decision.
Interesting. Same. I also think it'll be a close decision. Probably a knockdown or two.
Yeah, there's gonna be a knockdown.
Yeah, it's not like that.
Man, I think Figgy gonna stop this.
Yeah,
but I say Nery like 8 rounds to 4.
Yeah, only because, like, I mean, like I said, because Figueroa even has a chin on him. Like, he has to figure out the chin. Like, you know,
I think Figgy 8-4.
No, so it's the opposite.
Yeah.
See, my problem with this fight is it's a great fight, but my worry about this fight is it's such a good fight and it has the potential to be such a good fade that both of them are going to wear each other out, and then fucking Fulton is just going to pick up the pieces.
That's what I was going to ask. You know, I have to my one question every show.
Fulton's just going to pick up the pieces, and I mean, I pick Fulton over either of them, but I don't want him over a worn out version of either of them.
Yeah, I'm surprised they even made that fight for the future.
So regardless, he's the favorite, Fulton, right?
Yeah, Fulton.
Yeah, we don't want a worn down favorite. Like,
yeah,
it's just like, didn't we just have this whole Pat versus Rome then Shutter? Ain't this the same shit? Like, them dudes kill each other, then Fulton comes in like, okay,
let me get a couple
boxing lesson to you, like,
yeah, and that's the thing with, I mean, like I said, and honestly, I was wishing that Fulton would at least have a fight in the interim instead of having. I mean, I know he fought this.
So he's gonna be super fresh.
Yeah, he's gonna be super fresh. Yeah, and like I said, if Nery and Figueroa like end up like knocking off pounds of flesh off each other, yeah, it's gonna be anticlimactic when you go to the Fulton.
Should be fighting Aline.
Yeah,
he should be in the mix for sure after the dust settles.
Fuck off, man. Aline is my dark horse for that whole division. I think Aline could beat anybody in that division.
He should definitely get the winner of the Fulton, Figgy or Nery fight.
I think they're trying. I know Aline said he might try to go after Akhmadaliev, who has the 2 belts in the division.
That's a good fight. Damn, that's a good fight.
Yeah, 122 has fights for days like now.
154.
Yeah, 122 is almost like all you need is a couple more fights, to get in the mix, and 122 will be like a top 3 division in boxing.
Better than super middleweight. Got one guy fighting everybody.
Yeah, fact.
What the fuck?
So yeah. This is, I mean, hopefully, I think it's the only card that weekend too. So hopefully, it's a bit. I mean, like I said, Showtime has been most part they've been delivering this year. So I have no beef with PBC Showtime, at all. Like, and like I said, I have no beef with this card. So I'm just hoping for a great fight. And yes, official scorecard. Yes, we've seen their sister. Their sister. Yes, Omera.
Oh, she'll definitely be at this one because she likes this brother.
Yeah,
should be all up in
the other brother that yeah.
She's kind of there but not there.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we care about you from a distance.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I ain't gonna lie, he was embarrassing the family the way he was boxing, man.
Yeah,
Shit.
he was.
I felt embarrassed.
I don't know what the fuck he was doing with that. You know,
Didn't care me, myself, and Irene.
Yeah, I mean, he deserved that knockout loss. Like Omar, shame on Omar for that fight. Shame on him.
He got his comeuppance because, man, that damn Molina, I felt Molina beat him, man. That was a robbery.
It was a close fight. I didn't think he beat him, but I mean, I could say it, but I thought he.
Figueroa, man, he looked like once he got that gift in the Molina fight, I knew whoever he thought that was better than Molina after that would probably beat him.
Yeah, and
I think it would carry on to the fucking Ramos fight. Jeez.
Yeah, and that was Ugas that actually pulled off the trick and everything. Yeah. So yeah, it's just like, yeah, Figueroa, man. I mean, it's sad with Omar. I mean, Omar's probably done, and we just hope his brother doesn't actually learns from this fight. Hopefully, Brandon actually shows some defense in this fight because he's gonna need it.
Yeah, he's gonna need it. Like, and that's the thing. Like, and it just brings home. But what we were saying earlier with Sanda's career, man. Like, and Saucedo, like. You know, take defense is just as important as damn beating somebody's ass, man.
Yeah. You know, so yeah, you don't want to, you know, because I mean, obviously, we know what happens if fighters get too many shots to the head accidentally. You know, I won't say accidentally, purposely. Usually the effects are not.
It only takes one punch. It only takes one shot.
It takes one fight, and Saucedo, unfortunately.
One fight, one punch.
Yeah, and it's a wrap. So yeah. I mean, obviously it's a great fight. We definitely look forward to it. And then I know just to.